So let's open it up. Again, this is just going to be a quick first impression / unboxing. So, opening it up, it's got gloves. Why? I don't know. The Super Depot stiff hose, which I might actually use, even though it's super cheapo and stiff. I would say the boxing of this thing is pretty basic, to say the least. There's not a whole lot of boxing, but to be honest, it does look like it's pretty well protected the way they box it. It's kind of jammed in there. Alright, there's the sander in all the bubble wrap. And that's the puppy. That's the actual sander. I was hoping it was a little bit smaller than this. It's a little bit, it's like an inch shorter. It's definitely lighter. This is a ton heavier. I'm not sure about this flappy paddle. Not sure about this. I think I'm going to like it, because my problem is I put my palm on top of these and I push down too hard, and you really shouldn't. It actually feels pretty comfortable. And just do it, and that way I'm not full on palming it down. There are a few more things in here. Some adapters, and that's it. Let's get rid of the box. Let's see what it comes with. There's some vacuum adapters of multiple sizes and shapes, and this one's all rubbery. This is actually kind of nice. And some kind of wrench, which I have no idea what that's for. There are no directions. Oh, wait, there's a manual. It was under another layer of cardboard. So there is a manual. I thought there was supposed to be some sandpaper, and there is. So there is a manual. There's some blue sandpaper, and some brown sandpaper, and some more brown sandpaper. I don't know what's the purple going to be. This is blue, didn't I? That's 80 grit. This is 80 grit. And that's 80 grit. Wonder if they're variety packs. Oh yeah, there's like one of each, I guess. There's 3 little packs of sandpaper, which is cool. I mean, with sandpaper. What this wrench is for, I have no idea. I see nothing that needs a wrench anywhere. So I will say that this thing's way more balanced than this. This thing tips over. I put the vacuum on this and it tips right over. It's got a very small vacuum port, but then take my adapter off, so is that. About the same size. I won't be able to use my little 3D printed adapter on that because the body's in the way. Honestly, I mean, it feels better than I expected, to be honest. The pad's kind of a hard pad. I'm probably going to get a pad saver for it. And that's about it. It's got a decent cord. The cord's pretty decent length. I almost wish they'd stop making them long. I wish they had like a little adapter right here that you just plugged in and you could not carry the cord. Use the extension cord, but whatever. It is brushless. I've already got sawdust all over it from handling that one. Hugh Bory, whatever that is. No clue. So there it is. That's the quick unboxing. Let's do a quick look inside the sandpaper too. This is supposedly a 5mm, 60 grit, 40 grit, and then some 120. What's in here? Same thing. This has got 80 180, 400. That's nice. 240. This is almost like 3M, and it feels a lot rougher than that. What's in this last one? I have a feeling this is just a carbon copy of that. I got 2 instead of 1. 80, 60, 40, 120. So yeah, it's a carbon copy of this. But that's a good amount of sandpaper for, you know, for a sander like that. Let's put some 80 on there. We'll put the cheapo 80 on there. Holes line up. Holds the paper decent. I'm not going to actually sand anything, but one thing I do want to do is plug it in. Yeah. Okay, so I already pretty much know everything about this thing. Power on. Your speeds starts at 4, goes up to A, whatever that is. Oh my God, that's so quiet. I can actually hear over that. I was hoping some of the nicer ones have an auto brake when they're brushless like this. But it still spins down faster than this thing. That's one thing I really hate about this thing. I mean, this thing's older than probably some of you people watching. This thing is not only louder, like a lot louder. But it takes forever to spin down. This is ancient. This is like it's literally my very first one and only random orbital sander I've ever had to buy. I shouldn't say that. I did have a DeWalt, but that was only because I actually lost this and found it again like 6 months later. So first impressions, I mean, just, you know, out of the box. It's definitely quieter. It does not have a brake, but it definitely winds down faster. It's so much quieter. And I mean, the vibration is less. I am on the slow speed. Let's go all the way up. Okay, that's singing. And it's louder. And it still takes forever to wind down. But I still don't think that's as long as that one. I can see why people don't like those paddle hands, flappy paddles, because I just did it. You go to flip it over and do something and it turns on. Close enough. You know what? Let's do a quick sanding. Took up a vacuum. Vacuum. Yeah, I like how it sits. Alright, so this is their little hose that doesn't fit their tool unless only one side fits. So their own hose doesn't fit the tool. That's kind of funny. I guess you got to use this little, that's what this thing's for. It's a little connector that makes no sense, but that's all right. And then this can go in here and hopefully it'll fit in my little 3D printed, yes it does, connector. So hose isn't the problem. Oh, this one! Yes, it's been a couple days. I almost didn't edit up and release a video on unboxing this because of that sound of the hose. I have tried making adapters and all kinds of things through my 3D printer, and I cannot get rid of the noise. I do think part of it is actually the vacuum. I think it's just the vacuum is either drawn too much or drawn too little, or it just happens to be the right volume pitch for that size hose. Which is it's weird because the porta cable size is almost exactly the same size. So it's not, I don't know why it's doing it, but if anyone could think of I'd like to hear of a way to get rid of the noise because I have played with the sander without the vacuum hooked up, which is messy as crap. Um, and it works fine. It works great, but I gotta have dust extraction for it to work. I like the sander. I using it. It works great, but I gotta put like serious earplugs in and everything to get it so I can deal with the noise. And even then, it's just it's such the camera doesn't even pick it up. It's just such a high pitched squeal. So I'm gonna try some different inlet hoses, main hoses to the vacuum. I'm gonna try some other things. If anyone has any ideas, that would be great. Um, I like the sander as a for sanding, but again without dust extraction, it's horrendous. So it's kind of a catch 22. I want to figure out. I got to figure out a way to get rid of the noise because I don't think I want to return it. I do like it. I do think there's a way to get rid of the noise. I just haven't figured it out yet. So there you have it. There's my first impressions, unboxings of this thing. Um, it works great. The unit is quieter. The high pitched squeal from the vacuum is just intolerable. There you go. That's my unboxing.